Update. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host for this evening, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, and today have a special guest joining me as we discuss yet another Carolina Panthers loss. Joining me for this broadcast, Mr. Carolina himself. How's it going? Welcome to the Blitzball Champ Gaming Carolina Panthers Talk podcast.
Man, Jason, bro, Mr. Bliss, I appreciate you allowing me to come in here, man, and vent some of my frustrations about our current team. I'm gonna try to be politically nice about it, but our current team.
Hey, no filter. Let it out. Let it out.
But I appreciate you. I appreciate you allowing me to come on here, and then just it's a blessing to be on with other fellow fans, the Carolina Panthers. So I appreciate it.
Indeed, my pleasure. Great to have you here. So, alrighty, we're about to dive in. You ready to dive into this loss?
Let's do it. Let's let's do
So,
it.
week
Mm.
14, Carolina Panthers at home fall yet again. This time to the visiting Atlanta Falcons by the final score of 29-21. So this is pretty much a repeat of last season where we beat Atlanta in Atlanta but yet could not protect home field. Can you believe that we've only won 2 games at home this season?
I think that's the part that's most disturbing. Like in the NFL, just like in college, and like you take pride in even in high school, you protect your house. Like you're sleeping in your bed, you're eating your food, your wife's food, your girlfriend's food, your mama's food. This is your
Preach.
food. You eating your stuff, so you ain't got that far of a drive to get to the stadium. So you should be
Exactly.
good. Now we won two. You say you point. We won 2 games at home.
Only
That just
2.
shows again that shows accountability on the coaching staff and the players. I say from Jump Street, and I said, I came on one of your podcasts that you had about a week ago, a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
We do not make adjustments in game. We refuse. If you notice, as I said, they were killing us on the run to the left side.
Over and over again.
Okay, so why don't you, if you're not going to overstack that side, which will be our right side, okay, at least blitz or cover up the A and B gaps so it's not just a free flowing stream of water to the left hand side.
Hmm.
We don't adjust. And again, that to me, that's the part that's most nerve wracking about it. We don't make simple in game adjustments to put the players in the best position to be successful. That's nerve wracking to me.
I've been a firm believer that the talent's there. I've never
Yeah.
really had too much questioning of the talent. Well, maybe minus the O line and Sam Darnold. But like we see when we've been able to execute, it
Hmm.
shows. Like,
Yes.
our first drive, the Cam Newton rushing touchdown, just the decision making was
It's
there.
beautiful. It's
Now,
beautiful.
and not only that, we're coming into this game with a ninth different set of offensive line. Like, we know that the O line's been inconsistent all year.
Absolutely.
Now, one of the things that I was really noticing
Hmm.
that stuck out to me. So, one, I got to get at the defense. What happened to the pressure? Like, the pressure was non existent today.
You know how many sacks we had? You know how many sacks we had?
Goose egg.
Zero. Zero sacks.
And the sad thing about it is Atlanta, like, offensively, aside from, you know, the run game, they had no Calvin Ridley. You know, I mean, Kyle Pitts, I mean, he was really the main one. Okay, him and Cordell Patterson on the pass. But I mean, statistic-wise, I mean, Cordell
I
Patterson,
think
Mike Davis,
that two
they're
pair,
not really a whole lot. So you would think pressure wouldn't have been an issue today.
and it shouldn't have been, and it shouldn't have been because if you look at it, and I'm looking at it right now,
Hmm.
Kyle Pitts only had 5 catches.
Only five.
That's it for 61 yards, no touchdowns. You know his longest reception was on that 3rd and 13 play where he gained 23 yards. That was
Yep.
his longest reception of the game.
Yep. That was at the end,
Right.
which pretty much sealed the deal.
Which again, I don't understand how you lose track of the best weapon they have on the field. Coaching, understand if he's going to cross, and I saw Gilly, you can tell he's in man to man because if you look at the right hand side,
Hmm.
Gilly went with his man across the field. So that means that linebacker, and that's it. You're taught this in high school. I was taught this in college. I was taught this in semi-pro ball.
Hmm.
If you're a linebacker and you see somebody crossing the lines, crossing your face, it's
Hmm.
a check. I'm going to communicate, hey, cross, cross, cross. That means as a linebacker, a Sam, a Mike, a Will, I
Hmm.
got to slide because I know nobody's over there because I know we're in man coverage and nobody did that. That's why he got 23 yards because nobody talked. Nobody.
And sure enough, made that catch. All sorts of space in front of him.
Nobody was there. Nobody was there. And I said, you said Mike Davis. Mike Davis, 5 catches, 42 yards, no touchdown. His longest run was on the screen pass, but we went zero blitz. We went zero. We
Right.
blitzed everybody. That was his longest reception. Stupid play calling that one as well. Why would you do that?
Yep.
Why? There was no need to do that. The next person was Gage, 4 catches for 64 yards. We didn't allow anybody on the team to get over 70 yards receiving, and yet we couldn't get, like you said, we couldn't get any pressure on the quarterback whatsoever. For a team that has Brian Burns, Hassan Reddick, Yatir Gross Matos, Marquise Haynes,
Hmm.
Derek Brown, we could get no pressure? None? Nah,
Yeah. Um,
nah.
Hey Ace, welcome to the stream. We got some chats going on in here. Ace says, "I think our defense has just been figured out." Um, I feel like ever since the Washington football team game, we've been getting kind of exposed on defense. Um,
I'll go back even further than that. I'll go back to the did we played the Patriots before the Washington game, right?
yes.
Patriots game. That's when they figured us out. Because you
Okay.
remember the Patriots punched us in the mouth as well. The Eagles punched us in the mouth as well. And teams just figured out, they said, hey, if we run against this team,
Mhm.
we might not be able to pass that much. But if we run against y'all, then that's ball game. Because if you look at the time,
Mhm.
you look at the time of possession, total time of possession. I know I had it written down. Let me flip it over here real quick. The Falcons had the ball for almost 35 minutes. With that, here's two. I ran
Mhm.
the ball down your throat, and
Mhm.
I dared you to stop it. We had the ball 25 minutes.
Ooh. Ooh.
25 minutes. That's almost a whole quarter, Jay. That's almost a whole quarter. They had the ball longer than we did. That's managing the clock. Because you know as well as I do, brother, when it comes to these December, January games,
Mhm.
you need to run the ball.
Right.
We
Agreed.
Cam Newton, again, and it goes back when we ran Cam to the ground years ago.
Mhm.
Our quarterback should not have the same amount of carries as our starting running back. I'm sorry. You shouldn't.
Agreed.
Cam had 10 for 47 and a touchdown. Schuba Hubbard had 10 for 33 and a touchdown. Amir Abdullah had 4 for 16. PJ Walker, I'm sorry, brother. I want to throw you in the trash can. You had four, you had 2 for -5. I know some of them were sacks, but bruh, if you seen that one pick he threw, and I know I'm not gonna get off top of time possession, that one pick where he threw, when
Mhm.
he lofted in the air, Jay, I promise to
Yeah.
God, I promise to God, I wanted to do a whole lap around my house, fam. I wanted to do an entire lap because I said my 10-year-old son would know better than to throw the ball in the air. It was like a hope and prayer throw. You remember the days
Exactly.
you remember the days with Jake Delhomme? He used to make me mad too. And this time I'm a fan.
Mhm.
When Jake Delhomme back in the day used to throw that ball in the air and hope Muhammad or Sid Mady came down with the ball.
Mhm.
That's what that kind of looked like. It was like, please, no. What's the game? I'm showing my age here too. Was it 500? where you should just throw the ball in the air and you call a number up.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You just throw the ball. That's what that looked like. He threw the ball in the air and he called a number out and said, "Somebody catch." That's what that
Yeah,
looked like.
that pretty much was what it was. Retribution Brown, what's up to you? Super Trebo, thanks for chiming in. Super Trebo says Matt Rule's seat has officially become a volcano if he's even lucky.
Oh, his he got gasoline draws on, bro.
Yeah, this was
Gasoline draws
definitely the
on.
game that set him like in flames. um, Ace asks thoughts on Jeff Nixon. I mean, did we really see that much of a difference? I don't
He
know.
he he fooled us. He fooled us, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because like you said, that first drive looked real good. I said,
Mhm.
okay, we call the quick screens, we get a little run in here, we run in cam a little bit, but not really. Not
I think I lost you. You still there?
not really.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're back.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool. Um.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that much of a difference. Like I said, he
Mhm.
fooled us on the first drive. We got a little screen. We got a little excited. We said, okay, we running the ball a little bit. Cam getting in some QB sneaks. But after that, we became vanilla again. Again, this is what
Indeed.
happens when you let college coaches come to the pros and try to coach a man's game. It's not going to work that way. It's not going. What you did at Baylor is not going to work in the NFC South.
Showing up, faint.
It's not going to work. It's
Oh.
like it's like okay, and I was joking with my buddy the other day. I was like, oh, he knew him from high school. I said, okay. Me and my wife, we have a business here. Okay, I said, okay. That's
Mhm.
like me telling my buddy, say, hey, I know you working in the mailroom, but I
Mhm.
want you to also be the co-CEO of my company. But you have no idea what you're doing. But I've known you since high school.
Right.
Nah, bro, you have no idea what it takes to run this company. So I'm not going to let you run my company. You might be my homeboy. I might kick it with you. We might have drinks after work,
Mhm.
but I'm not going to give you the keys to my future
Right.
because I know we lose this game. And that's what Matt Rule did. He gave his friend keys to the car. He gave him the keys to the Bugatti and
Mhm.
said, drive.
Mhm.
But you ain't put no gas in the car.
No gas.
Put no
Um.
gas.
Bubble Tea District, welcome. Says, yo, how you doing, Blitz? I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. But it's interesting that you bring that up because it kind of makes me think, are you surprised that Jeff Nixon wasn't like his first choice as far as offensive coordinator instead of Joe Brady because they were as tight as they are?
I think he knew, and I think it was pressure, but it was like, I believe you talked about it on the show a few weeks ago, and I know somebody else talked about it as well.
Hmm.
Matt Rule was not David Tepper's first choice. Joe Brady was.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
when you hire it backwards, if and like I said, we look at it, Matt Rule got here first.
Hmm. This is true.
Scott Fitterer got here second.
Yep.
Why are we doing things? Can I say the A word on here? Can I say that? Is that
Nope.
okay?
Nope. No filter. Go for
Why are we doing things ass backwards?
it.
That's ass
That
backwards.
is a good question.
If you look at the teams that are successful, right? You look at teams that are successful. And I said, if you want to get technical with it, we actually hired Joe Brady first, then brought in Matt Rule, and we made it seem like Matt Rule brought Joe Brady in. No,
Hmm.
no, no. David Tepper already wanted Joe Brady. So kind of it's like Joe Brady was forced upon Matt Rule. But then on top of that, you hire Scott Fitterer after you hire your head coach. That's ass backwards.
Yeah. I mean, when things are done out of order, it definitely ends up showing itself in some form of fashion. May
That's
not
what
be may not be immediately, but it's going to catch on.
we, we look ass back. We put the cart before the horse. That's what we did. We put the cart before the horse.
Now, on the subject of PJ Walker, because like I said, he played a good number of snaps this game. Here's my thing. Now, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. I know The Cam hate's gonna be pouring in. I
Oh,
get
you
it.
know that.
But here's my thing for all the PJ Walker fans.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I understand. Yes, 2 games he started were wins. I get it. But think about something. Remember this. He
Mm-hmm.
is 2 for 8. 2 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That's not really something to be proud of, especially regardless of how many times you've started a game. So I really strongly feel like folks are crowning him too quick.
Because of what he did in the XFL.
Yeah, but it was the XFL. Like, I mean,
Most of those guys are washing dishes right now. No disrespect to those brothers. Most of them are working a 9 to 5 like the rest of us, washing dishes, selling somebody's car. Let's be quite frank about that one.
yeah, because I know a lot of the one of the main questions is would things have been different if PJ started this game? And
No,
honestly,
no.
okay, he's had some good throws. He's had some good
Mhm.
throws. He does go through his progressions. I'll give him that. But he can be a little late on the decision making when it comes to getting out of the pocket,
Mm-hmm.
reacting to pressure.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that he lacks in. He's got the arm, no doubt.
Oh,
He's got the arm.
absolutely. He got a cannon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
I'll use the analogy of this. It's like and I'm a baseball fan. Unfortunately, because I live up here in the north, I'm an Orioles fan.
okay,
Okay,
interesting. All
it
right.
it's like it's like a pitcher. All right, and he's having a well of a game. He has a rocket for an arm, throws about 100 miles an hour. But every now and then he'll throw a stupid curve or a stupid changeup at the wrong time, and they
Uh,
rush it. But he's having a well of a game.
mhm.
He's striking out, but he didn't give up 3 or 4 home runs that make you scratch your head and be like, "What the hell are you doing?" That's PJ Walker. That's
Yeah.
PJ Walker. He'll throw a beautiful thing, like, "Oh, he got it." And then he'll throw that stupid pass where he just threw it up in the air. You'd be like, "Bruh, what are you doing? Why would you
Yes.
throw it?" That's PJ
Exactly.
Walker. That's
That's
PJ.
spot on. Um, Bubble Tea District. 2 questions he asks. He
Mhm.
says, if we get a high draft pick, do we take the best left tackle available or trade back and acquire picks? Second question, and should we just accept that we are in a full rebuild? I'm gonna let you start this one out.
Um, to the first one, I would say yes. Um, get the best offensive lineman that we can get in the draft because for years we have not taken our offensive line seriously. Like we just haven't.
Hmm.
Um, trade back. It depends on how far back we're trying to go.
Hmm.
Now, granted, we still don't have a second round pick, so that would be nice to get one of those.
We don't have a second and a third.
So we don't have a second. Okay, so
Yeah.
what we could do? See, it depends on if we can recoup a second, and it also depends on if we can trade Sam. Now I get it. Nobody's going to want Sam Darnold.
Hmm.
Nobody. Nobody's going to eat the 819 million because they know what he is. There's
Right.
been enough tape on Sam Darnold. They're going to be like, for what?
Exactly.
Who's going to pay a backup 18, $19 million to sit on the bench?
And
Nobody.
and somebody that's definitely not a rookie, that's for sure.
You're in your 4th year. We know who you are. What I said you the other day on your show, they are who we thought they were. Sam Darnold is who we thought he was,
Hmm.
and that's hot garbage.
Yep.
He's hot garbage.
It just sucks that we had to find out the hard way after that third game of the season. Which I mean, yeah, won the first 3 games, but then the real Sam Darnold showed up, and
We won those games, and I said I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy, but let's keep it a buck 50. We won those games because those guys had key players out. They had
true.
key players out. And which one of those first 3 games they had where they had an elite starting quarterback or a hell of a running game in any of those first 3 games? Nobody.
No, because remember we shut down Alvin Kamara. So, yeah, yeah,
Nobody.
and I mean one can say, okay, well Sam was kind of a red zone threat. Okay, so he got a pair of rushing touchdowns. I give him that, but
When it boiled down to it,
what else?
yeah. When it boiled down to it, like when I look at, or if anybody from that's a sports fan, when you look at your quarterback,
Hmm.
when you look at your offense, they get on the field. I want to believe in a guy under center, and as much as we want to believe in a guy in the center, the players want to believe in a guy in the center. So
Hmm.
if the guys in the huddle, again, they're going to sugarcoat it all day. Oh, that's our guy. Boo, boo, boo. Anybody that's been in a locker room, like I said, from high school to
Hmm.
college to semi-pro ball to arena football, I'm gonna tell you anything you want to hear on the surface. In a locker room, I'm cussing him out.
Yeah.
From
Oh
the
yeah.
time you walk in to the time we leave, I'm telling you, you ain't shit. I'm telling you how sorry you are. You sorry, mother. You don't ask me to go to dinner. Don't ask me to come to your house. I don't want to kiss your kids. I don't want to do none of that. You're
Let
terrible.
let it all out.
I'm gonna let you know how I feel. But when the camera come on, oh yeah, that's my guy. Oh yeah, yeah. We believe in him. You know how bad they wanted to cuss Sam Donald out.
Yeah. I mean, oh Robbie, he didn't hold back.
Nothing. I loved it. I loved it.
Oh,
Love it.
Robbie
Let
let
him
him
have it.
know.
Let him have it. And he deserved. Let him have it.
Ace says, do y'all think Phil Snow's job is in jeopardy? I think the only person that is safe is Scott Fitterer. Um, I think his job is safe, but the defense has been exposed, and there are many patches to fix. Run defense being a key one of them.
Yes.
Secondly, because we got to remember, we had no Dante Jackson
No
and
J.K. Horn.
no J.C. Horn. So it was mainly Bouye, Keith Taylor, C.J.
Gilmore.
Henderson, and
And,
Stephon
and
Gilmore.
who held
Okay,
his own. And okay, not to cut you, Jay, not to cut you.
go for it.
How many times did they throw at Gilly? They didn't throw at Gilmore.
Joe didn't.
They picked on CJ, they picked on Bouye, and they picked on Keith Taylor, but they mainly picked on CJ, which everybody was gassing up.
Yep.
We got it. Everybody put that pedal to the metal. Was like, oh, CJ Henderson.
Yeah, CJ. Okay, I was super hyped when we got him, but I don't know, y'all. Is C.J. Henderson uh I hate to say the B word. I hate to say the B word.
I say it. I say it. Bus, bus, bus. This is look. This is why we need to keep doing these shows together. I'm gonna say what you thinking. Bus. He's a bus. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Dante, you too. Get out of here. You hot garbage. Out of here. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hold it there. He's hot garbage.
Uh,
Somebody better move to safety. I don't
and
care who it is.
and Tito Z actually, who just joined in, pretty much said just what you were saying earlier. He says, "I feel like Phil is not making in-game adjustments for the D, nor during halftime. He seems not to make any adjustments at all."
Because we don't. Like that's it, Jay. You know as well as I do, bro. Like you look at it, we are one of the worst teams at making adjustments in game.
Hmm.
You have to make adjustments. We kept doing the same thing over and over and over again. And Atlanta knew that. They were looking at us like, look, what's what Shaq always say, barbecue chicken alert. They looked at us and said, barbecue chicken alert.
Mm.
They said, barbecue chicken. Are we going to your house? And you know, Atlanta's one. Oh, let me lick my fingers real quick. Let me get some of that Carolina barbecue real quick. Let me lick my fingers. We got barbecue chicken. That's what teams see when they see our run game. Barbecue chicken. That's
uh,
exactly what we are. We
that's a
we
freebie.
we put some extra cayenne pepper, some extra seasoning on it. I'm talking about like some extra barbecue on that little chicken. They was like, oh yeah, we here. Y'all hot garbage. That's what they say. Y'all hot garbage. Get out of here.
So, Nathan John, welcome to the stream. He's got a couple of things. Says hi
Mm-hmm.
Blitz, and oh, this is Mr. Carolina DJ joining us. He didn't know what your name was. What a dumpster fire We are. Sack them all. CJ is young and all right. Dude is going through depression. Give him a break. Stupid reaction. Well,
I'm depressed too.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, his numbers called on. So it's got to be one of those things where,
Next man up.
yeah, that's really what it comes down to. And don't get me wrong, I still have some hopes for him, but it's not looking good right now. And like I said, we got four more games. Maybe that can change, but CJ hasn't really.
He ain't done it for me, bro.
He hasn't done
He never
anything
done it
yet.
for me.
Not quite yet.
He got beat on one of the simplest double moves, and as a corner, and I said I know I'm past my prime. That's why I teach my son now. As a corner, you always taught to watch the receiver's hips, just
Yep.
like in basketball. Watch your hips. So what CJ Henderson did was he said, "Oh, I'm going to try to make a play instead of following my techniques like I've been taught in practice, like I've been taught since high school, like I was taught in college.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to make a play," and he got beaten on a double move. Now, if you look at another one that Matt Ryan underthrew, Keith Taylor got beat on a double move,
Hmm.
and Gage was wide open. If Matt Ryan put a little bit more pepper on that ball, that was another touchdown.
Yeah, that is true.
Let's just call it what it is. We hyped him, and don't get me wrong. I was excited for Dude when he came in. I
Hmm.
was excited. I said, "Oh yeah, we got another corner at Steve's Avenue," because Scott Fitterer is trying to build what he did in Seattle.
Hmm.
The difference is he had a shutdown. He had three shutdown. I'm gonna say corners. Richard Sherman was a shutdown on his in his prime.
Hmm.
You wouldn't dare throw at Richard Sherman. You wouldn't dare. Earl Thomas was a shutdown in his time. Cam Chancellor would lower the boom on you in his prime. We don't have that.
Yeah.
Gilly, Gilly is again. Gilly is our Richard Sherman.
Hmm. I agree.
Jeremy Chin is our Cam Chancellor.
Hmm.
We don't have Earl Thomas.
Nope.
Justin Burris is cool. He's not Earl Thomas. And I don't remember the other guy on the other side. I don't know who it was in Seattle. We have now. Okay, let me say this: when JC gets back, we have if we resign Gilly, and I pray that we do, we have two number one corners on each side.
Hmm.
That they're going to start doing. They're going to start picking on the linebackers. That's another thing that we need to address. Jermaine Carter, I like his story. If you notice it, that's you notice it. Jermaine Carter, too many times is in the wrong position in the wrong gap, and he's getting pushed and bullied out of the way.
Yeah.
Too many times. He's a liability in coverage. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, he's a liability.
That's something that I think we should definitely address in the draft if possible. That middle spot. Um. Little more on C.J. Henderson. We got a lot of folks coming in. C.J. came.
Hey,
Tito Z says C.J. came out looking like that side that goes with the eggs and bacon, i.e. toast. Um, and Nathan John kind of went into his story, his background, because he had been going through depression. Said he had family members in Jacksonville hitting up for money every day, lost his love for football, and I believe he was also dealing with a groin injury as well, if I remember correctly. And he says give him uh, till the end of next year till we completely write him off. As someone who's gone through depression, it's not fun. So here's what I say to that.
mm-hmm.
Number one, yes, depression, definitely very serious. Not
Absolutely,
not something easy to go through.
absolutely,
But as somebody that definitely agrees, take care of your mental health. Number
at
one,
all
take
times.
take care of your mental health.
Mhm.
But in order to do that, maybe this is just my thought. Maybe he shouldn't be playing until that's taken care of. That
At
that's
all.
that's just my take on it. Maybe he shouldn't play until it's taken care of. You know what I
Isn't
mean?
that, isn't that why Calvin Ridley's not playing right now? Because he wanted to take care of his mental health.
I believe so. I believe so.
See, yeah, you got players. Now I said I understand that part. So don't get me wrong when I say we all got mental problems. I understand the part of depression. So yes, that is a very serious phenomenon we have going on, in this world. Again, I have a family member that has, depression issues. So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, go sit down. Like you said, take care of your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
That's more important because sooner or later, this game is going to be done with you. There's life after you take those pads off.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of your mental health.
Now, I will say this: can he be molded into a great
Absolutely.
cornerback? Absolutely. Same
Mhm.
thing happened with Josh Norman.
And
So
Bradbury.
and James Bradbury. So
Okay. A
I
second
do
round pick.
I do have hopes for that.
Mhm.
Let's see. Uh, we got to build CJ back up to get him to love the game again. Can't expect him to play his best season after all he's been through this year. Not to mention, I don't think he's played a full season before.
He hasn't.
And Nathan's also in agreement that Jermaine Carter sucks.
Yes, Jim, I like you, Nathan. You're my guy. Like yes, suck.
uh, Mr. Gemini, Mr. Gemini chimed in earlier. The whole team is out of here. There are a lot of mishandles today. Um, Vietnam 26. Good to see you. CJ was fried in fish grease today. We just need to shut it down for the year and salvage a top draft spot, which reminds me of Super Treybo's question. Do you think the Panthers will or should lose out?
Uh, as a competitor, I hate that. Like I'm gonna be
Same.
honest with you. As a competitor, I hate that. I hate that because if that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that gives us, besides us coming on and doing these shows, that gives us no real reason to watch the game
Thank
because
you.
I
Thank
know
you.
you're gonna
Thank you.
I know you're gonna lose. So why am I wasting? It's like if I'm coming back home to Carolina to watch a game, why am I gonna waste my money to pay for my seats, my parking, my food, my hotel if I know you're going to lose? I can do sit at home and do that. I can save me a 5-hour drive from Virginia to come to North Carolina. I can save my gas. I can save my tires. I can save my time. If you're going to lose, I'm going to sit at home. And you know who's not going to be happy? Mr. Tepper.
Mr.
Guess what?
Tepper.
Guess what? I know you're losing. I'm not coming to watch this crap. I know you're going
Exactly.
to take it in. I'm going to sit at home. So now, you know what? I'm not going to fat in your pocket. Y'all can have that. I'm going to sit at home and drink a beer. I'm out of here. No.
Well, Vietnam says I don't have a reason to watch anymore anyway. Well, you got to look at it this way, bro. You got to look at it this way. We
Mm-hmm.
still have the opportunity to see who can show out and show us who's worth keeping.
Absolutely.
Because that's another big thing going into this offseason that we're going to have to figure out. We have a lot of 1 year deals and a lot that we have to figure out with the money situation. Like this goes back to Christian McCaffrey. I know the easy idea might be to consider trading him, but that dead cap, that 26 million
Oh,
in dead cap, that's too big of a hit.
way
And
too big.
and even if we were to do it next year, that's 17 million dead cap.
Christian
Either
ain't going nowhere.
either way, it's not a smart move. Um,
And unless the team's going to be willing to eat all that money if we trade him, that's David Tepper's not eating that kind of money. He's not. We're already paying Teddy to go play for the Broncos. We're going to pay either Sam Darnold to be a backup or play for another team. He's not going to eat 20 something million to trade Chris McCaffrey to another team. He's not. Or to get cut. He's not going to do that. That's bad business.
yeah. Um, Nathan John brought up an interesting point. Tep needs to get his checkbook out and tell Jim Harbaugh to write his own price. That would improve this team a ton right
Fact,
there.
facts, facts.
Jim
I agree
Harbaugh.
with you. Facts. Look, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we had we knew what we were getting. Well, those of us that watched the game, we knew what we were getting. And I said, I was talking to my buddy about this the other day, and we let he's a Washington because like I said, I'm in Northern Virginia, so there's a bunch of Washington football team fans up this way.
Ah,
I look like a needle in the head. I look like a sore thumb with all this Carolina blue I be rocking up here. But look, I'm gonna rock them to the day I die. So he had an interesting point. He said, "Name me a college coach
mm-hmm,
that's been successful coming from college to the NFL." There's only been two.
mm-hmm.
Two. Jimmy Johnson,
Yep,
because guess where he went to? Dallas.
Dallas.
He went to Dallas. Two, and he's still coaching to this day.
Yep,
Pete Carroll.
with Seattle.
Two college coaches in the history of the NFL that have been successful. So why, Mr. Tepper, would you give an unproven college coach
7 years.
a 7 year deal? Why? Then on top of that, I got to take this off because I'm about to throw it. On top of that, I'm bald. Yeah, I'm bald. On top of that, this is what the team does to me. It makes you cut your hair.
I feel you.
You let this coach hire a bunch of college coaches with little to no NFL coaching experience. You let him hire the passing game coordinator from LSU, not
Say
even the
say it say it
offensive
again.
coordinator.
Offensive coordinator.
The passing game coordinator.
Oh, passing game coordinator.
What does that
Passing
even?
game
What does
coordinator.
that even mean? What do you do? What do you do? You're not the OC. You're the guy below the OC's OC. Who are you? What's my other phrase? Whose man's is this?
Yeah.
Why? And then actually, as you said earlier, you didn't even let your buddy be the offensive coordinator. He was the assistant to the offensive coordinator.
Yep.
So that's how much you didn't believe in Jeff Nixon. You didn't believe in him because you hired Joe Brady. He said, "Hey, watch this. Watch him. A guy that has no idea what he's doing." And Joe Brady, last time I checked, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, has no NFL coaching experience whatsoever. But yet and still, this is your offensive coordinator. And correct me if I'm wrong. How much NFL coaching experience does Phil Snow have?
Crickets.
I'm just saying. So we
But Joe Brady won the Broyles Award. The Broyles Award.
wait a minute. I'm looking for the guy.
Oh man.
I'm looking for the guy who gives a fuck what that award means. I can't find him. I don't know what that guy is. I don't even know what that award means. Get it out of here. And then we got Chase Blackburn.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we have a kicker that can actually punt the ball past 40 yards?
Well, I mean, to be fair, Lachlan Edwards is a little bit better than Joseph Charlton, but
Ketchup is
that's
a little,
that.
ketchup's a little bit better than mustard too, so it don't make it that much better.
Yeah, it doesn't make it that much better. Uh oh, so DJ,
Hmm.
Bubble Tea District wants to know, do you have a channel
I do. It is called the Bleeding Carolina Blue. It's called Bleeding Carolina Blue. That is my channel
on YouTube? Check them
on
out.
YouTube.
As a matter of fact, I need to give you a sub.
I appreciate it, sir. Back again. I would love to keep doing this every Sunday with you, brother. This is something right here that I would enjoy doing as well.
Bam, subbed.
And I appreciate you. Like I said, look, like, share, subscribe, man. But me and my brother Jay, as long as he lets me come on here with him, we're gonna talk Carolina football.
Oh,
Look,
there'll be more opportunities. You can guarantee that.
because this right here is bad. It
So, catching up a little bit on the chat.
Yeah.
Ace, or actually, let's go to Mr. Gemini. Matt Rule keeps switching back and forth between Cam and PJ when they make a mistake. He doesn't know what to do. He needs to go now. Facts.
Big facts. I told you,
Um,
I said that to you earlier. I said that to you earlier. I said, I don't know why. And then again, this is before we came on. I don't understand the substitutions between Cam and PJ. It's not like Cam was playing that bet at that point. He had thrown the pick. And I know a lot of people going to rag on Cam about the pick, but understand something. As
Mm-hmm.
a quarterback, okay, if y'all look at the pick, the man was on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
Cam is on our left, their right. He came across the field.
Yep.
That's just a hell of a play call on defense because we had been running so many crossing routes.
Yeah. And Cam
They
didn't
read.
see the guy. Cam didn't see the guy.
You can't see the. If you look at the film, we barely saw the guy, and because of course we could slow it down, but in live action, you're not going to see it. Now, granted, I saw somebody say earlier, Cam should have held the ball because what's up, boy? The Terrace Marshall was wide open going across the field. Now, granted, we could say that hindsight is always
Yeah.
we can say that as fans sitting back,
Mm-hmm.
but in game, Cam said, "I know this guy's going to be open on this play because it's been open."
Mm-hmm.
So that was just a hell of a pick. Now on his other turnover, Cam, you a vet. He stepped on your
Uh,
foot. He stepped on your foot, bro. Eat it.
yeah.
Just just eat it.
Eat it and live to play the next snap. And
But
we saw a lot of Butterfingers today. Bobbled snaps, and we saw a lot of Butterfingers today.
and to add to your point, as you said earlier, we should have had at least three interceptions. At
Oh
least
my
three
goodness.
interceptions. At least
Oh,
three.
like
At least.
um Ace says, Blitz, I think Tepper and Fitterer is going to do something irrational and trade for Watson and think all their problems are going to go away.
Please don't. Please don't.
Here's
It,
the
it,
here's the thing, and
mm-mm,
you've probably heard me say this before. We could have Patrick Mahomes ranked 99 Madden level on our team, but
mm,
behind a craptacular O line, it's not gonna make that much of a difference. Look at Deshaun Watson with the
mm,
Texans when he was top five, had over 4,000 passing yards,
mm,
and yet they finished, I believe, what was it, 4-12? Not to mention his whole career with Houston, he's been sacked. What was it? 179 times?
Does that remind you of another Houston quarterback that was down there? What was it? Oh, the Carr fellow. Look at that dude in his career.
Messed him
Hmm.
up,
It
jacked him
didn't work
up.
out too well. Yeah, it didn't work out too well for that brother.
Yes.
No.
Oh, and not only that, uh, minus the second stint for Cam Newton,
Mhm.
he has been sacked in Carolina 291 times. What
It's our
does that
time to be.
what does that say?
That your O line sucks.
Not to mention Cam during that first stint became the Panthers franchise one and only MVP.
And took and I say, you remember that was that year that he won the MVP. Who was his leading receiver that year?
I believe it was by the name of Ted Ginn Jr.
Ted Ginn, who throughout his career was known as Butterfingers McGee.
Yep.
Butterfingers McGee, right? He comes to Carolina, rejuvenates his career. Because of who? Number one. Greg Olson has gone on camera plenty of time and said he is who he is because of number one.
And what did that lead to? Not one, not two, not but three. Three straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons for Mr. Reliable Greg Olson.
I love Greg Olson. Love Greg Olson. That was my guy. If you needed a first down, that's who you went to. Right now, if you look at our team,
Mm-hmm.
if I need a third down, I don't know who I'm going to. I'm keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
I know I rock with DJ. I
Mm-hmm.
rock with him. But throughout Cam Newton's career, he's always had a reliable tight end.
Yep.
We don't have a reliable tight end. Ian Thomas, I like you, but we're not throwing you the ball. Tremble's still a rookie, so he still can grow.
He might be the closest, and he's still
He still got a ways to go.
Trumbull has made some good plays.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Um, the fingertip catch he made was awesome.
beautiful, beautiful, absolutely.
Ian,
Didn't catch a pass today.
yeah, it. As much as I hate, I think it might be over for Ian Thomas. I think he's had way too many opportunities to really.
Ian, Ian is turning into our Chris Manhurts.
Ooh,
You block, you block.
yeah.
You're just a blocking tight end, and I hate to say that because the man has some. He showed glimpses of having the hands. He's our Chris Manhurts. You're
Hmm.
a blocker. That's
Yeah.
it.
Let's see. Vietnam 26 says bobble hands and lack of concentration are a sign that the team has quit on the coaching staff. Our team is not a good team and needs a major overhaul this offseason.
They've been quit on Matt Rule. They've been quit on Matt Rule because Matt Rule for the longest time didn't hold Joe Brady accountable. He didn't hold Sam Darnold accountable. And as a player, if I'm looking at that and you're not going to officially call out, now again, it's not a politically correct thing to do, but it's like Hassan Reddick said, when in his interview, these are grown men.
Hmm.
You're a grown man getting paid a handsome ransom to play a child's game. And if you can't take some criticism, bro, you must not be married.
Yeah.
I can tell you something. My wife, my fiance, and wife now, I get criticized. I'm
Hmm.
be honest with you. You gotta take it on the chin.
Hmm.
As a man, you get criticized all the time at home, at work, you get criticized. So I mean,
Hmm.
if a grown man can't say, "Hey, bro, pull your britches up, tighten your belt, be a man, and let's get it done." Like I like the fire that the one coach said. I can't remember the name. What pot roast.
Hmm.
I loved it when he said, "They challenging your manhood. Be a man." What the run is, Jay, is
Hmm.
do I want it more than you do? It's whose balls are bigger than whose.
Yeah.
It's weird with it. My balls are bigger than yours. You know why? I'm gonna treat you like my little brother. I'm gonna push you out the way. Get out of my way.
Hmm.
That's what they're saying. You guys in the middle, and I know nobody wants to hear it. I know nobody wants to hear it, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Go for it.
Derek Brown, we drafted you to stuff the run.
Facts.
You're not doing it. Daquan Jones, we signed you to help stuff the run. You're not doing it.
Does the,
Brandon Roy,
am I the only one that misses Star Latulele?
I loved him because you know what he did? He stuffed the run. And our best, and look, our best defensive line, call me crazy, was when we had Pep, Rucker, Chris Jenkins. That was the good days when we had those three
Hmm.
across the defensive line.
Hmm.
Now, when you look at this team, I see a lot of Luke and TD and Shaq.
Hmm.
I don't see none of that in Jermaine Carter. I'm gonna keep beating that dead horse. I don't see it in Jermaine Carter. I
Hmm.
don't see it. When that defense was phenomenal when we go to our Super Bowls,
Hmm.
our defense could carry our offense. We played complementary football. When we went 15-1, we played complementary football.
Hmm.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've played full complementary football. And I think the closest this season that we've done that is the Arizona game.
Oh, we look like world beaters. That's why I said I didn't know whose team was on that field. I said, "Oh Jesus, I don't have to
Yeah.
holler at my television today. My fiance doesn't have to put me out the house. Oh, because we are playing some good football today. Whose squad is this?" And then we was like, "Oh, wait a minute. This is not who we really are. Let's we're playing too well.
Hmm.
let's go back to just playing bad football again because we gave our fans hope. We
Yeah.
gave
Oh,
them
it,
hope.
oh, it, you. If you saw my video, I was super hyped. I was so excited. So,
Mine's too. Shoot, I was ecstatic. Like, yes, this is my team I've been waiting for. Can't Superman's back. We all got. I remember because I remember I was taking my fiance's car to get inspected. I remember I was in the car
hmm
and I did a video and I was like, "Yo, Superman's back, Cam's back. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that." But then reality hit me. We still don't have an offensive line.
yep,
We still can't stop the run.
yep.
Um, Dante, I'm getting Cook Jackson. It still can't cover nobody's number one.
hmm
But you run a 4-3-40 though. Why are you always getting burnt deep?
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Um. Let's see with the chat. Run defense hasn't been the same since Star left. True.
Nope.
Um. Cam is not leading us anywhere. The team needs a new direction and coaching staff. Like I said, overall, Cam Newton was an attempt band-aid of the situation. Um, let's see. It's not his fault we're in the position, but Cam ain't getting out of this mess. That win against Arizona was just the same as a sugar rush. Meant nothing, back to playing like trash before we got Cam. I mean, it was a big win, but I mean, when the results afterwards, you can't maintain some consistency.
It's
Fair
bad.
point.
It's bad.
Um, and Nathan John Nathan John says, "Get back to me when Rule is gone." All right, bro. All right, bro. We'll see what happens. Um,
I think he's done.
yeah, I think this was the game that did him in. Um, Vietnam. Oh, interesting. Vietnam says he believes Greg Hardy, Starla Tutele, K1 Short, and Charles Johnson was the best. Mm,
Ooh. That was you got me on that one. That was a good front four. That was a great front four. But better than Pep
but better than Pep,
and
Brinston,
Rucker and
Brinston
Jenkins.
Buckner, Chris Jenkins, and Rucker. I don't know about that. It's close.
Ooh.
It's close. I'll say it's close.
It is.
It's
It is.
close, and because we remember Greg Hardy. He went on a tear.
He did.
Um,
He was killing it.
yes,
But then he fell off. He fell off. And the key to that is consistency. Peppers, Rucker, Jenkins, and we said
Buckner,
the other guy's name was
Brinston
Buckner,
Buckner.
showed consistency from season to season. Greg Hardy had that good season,
Mm-hmm.
and then it went
Yes. Um,
fell off.
Star Latudele, he was the stuffer so everybody else could eat.
Him and KK were vicious together. Him and KK was good. Now, why we didn't bring K? Is K1 Short still hurt? Like somebody let me know as well. Is K1 Short still hurt? Because we could have bought him back.
As
Now, he
far as
still
as far as I know, he's free agent, but I mean,
KK was good too.
could probably. I mean, I could see us getting him on a rental. I mean, I know that was talked about before, but um, but yeah. And then Charles Johnson. I mean, Charles Johnson was definitely
Consistent.
very consistent, but shoot, I just our D line right now just
Sucks.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Sucks.
Maybe Derek Brown is a bust.
I
Maybe
would.
maybe he actually is a bust. I hate to say it, but it's looking like that.
He's not. He had all that promise at Auburn.
Hmm
He shows, and the thing that makes me mad with Derek Brown is he shows glimpses of pushing the center or the guard back into the quarterback.
True.
But then it's like he'll do that, but then he'll lose sight of the running back,
Hmm
or he'll lose sight of the quarterback. Like that push is great. Disengage your blocker,
hmm
find the ball. you're pushing, and they're running right behind you, or they're
Facts.
running right around you because instead of him engaging, pushing with his right or pushing with his left and reaching out with his free hand, he just stays engaged with the block and pushes.
Hmm.
Now, granted, you can do that because you're believing that your Mike, your Sam, or your Will are coming right through that gap that you just created to make a play.
Hmm.
That's not happening.
Exactly.
Carter's
Exactly.
not there. Sometimes Shaq's not there. Um, but as a defensive lineman, you have to believe. And I think sometimes I'm gonna defend Derek Brown on this point.
Hmm.
I believe in his mind. He's saying if I'm pushing this center, this guard back, one of you linebackers
Hmm.
in this gap because I've created a hole for you to run through to make a play.
Hmm.
And if you look, a lot of our bad plays because our linebackers are out of place and they're
Right.
doing arm tackles or they're taking stupid angles to get to the ball, which is having these breakout runs because we're not in position to make a play.
Yeah.
Right.
Vietnam says Reddick and Burns are the best we got right now.
Yeah.
Facts. And
Facts.
Derek Brown, for where he was drafted, he is a bust. So he
He's not
believes
living.
he's a bust.
He's not living up to the hype. He's not.
You know what a really shocking stat is?
What's
Ladies
up?
ladies and gentlemen, we were actually 3 of 3 in the red zone today.
We were.
3 of 3 for 3. That might be the one positive stat this whole game that we had. We were actually 3 of 3 in the red zone.
I almost walked off camera. I almost walked off camera. Hey,
Like,
I got a stat for you. I got something for you. I got something for you.
give it to me.
Positive stat. Positive stat. Guess how many total yards we had, Jay?
Maybe just over, barely over 300.
We had 331 total yards.
Oh wow.
Atlanta had Atlanta had 318. So we had more total yards, but scored eight less points.
Oh
We had
man.
we had 21 first downs.
Wait, 21?
We had 21 first downs. Atlanta had 20.
Wow.
We had
Okay.
we had six penalties. Atlanta had six penalties. We had three turnovers. Atlanta had one.
Mhm.
We had no sacks. Atlanta had one sack. We had 88 rushing yards. Atlanta had
Oof.
128.
Yep, that Cordell Patterson Mike Davis combo.
We were supposed to be the keep pounding it crew. We're supposed to be keep pounding it, and we didn't pound anything. We got pounded. Pause. We it was like what my man said in 2K. It's like watching a cat play with a mouse.
Yep. And
Yeah,
I also notice once again struggle on third downs. 4 of 11.
because we keep calling and we keep putting ourselves in bad third down yardage.
Yep.
When you're putting yourself in bad third down yardage, you have to overcompensate for the plays because you have to call a play again that goes beyond the sticks. So instead
Mhm.
of like a 3rd and 3 or a 3rd and 2, something like that, we're dealing with a 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 8, a third
Mhm.
and 10. And on that 4th and 10 play, like I said, that one sack that Cam had,
Mhm.
yes, he slipped.
Right.
But even as he was slipping, he was getting sacked, which says, Cam Irvin, bruh, what the hell was you doing?
Honestly, I'm kind of back and forth between him and Dennis Daly as our worst offensive lineman on this starting O line.
I
I
would
think
give
it's a toss up.
I would give it to Cam Irvin.
You would give it to Cam Irving?
I would give it to Cam Irvin, hands down, no question. Cam Irvin is hot trash. I had hope for Duke. I had hope for him. I said, okay, they're gonna let you focus on one position.
Mhm.
You can't even do that. We're gonna stick you on the left side, which you said you wanted to play when you got here. If you look at them in training camp, as interviews, I'm
Oh
a
yeah.
left tackle.
Hmm.
I'm a left tackle. Okay, bro, go play left tackle. We don't want you to play center. We don't want you to play guard. We want you to play tackle. You can't even do that. The, the, the one surprise, okay, the one surprise I can say, and, and the second one, the one surprise I would say is Pat Eflin actually looks halfway decent at center.
Oh, agree. Agreed.
Pat Eflin, I know people will give him crap. He looks decent at center.
Yeah. Which is
Doesn't
what
play
he
center.
played with Minnesota.
He looks good. And I know, I think it's you that put it up. It was a stat I put up that um Paradis. Don't we have to pay him some kind of money if he is or is not on the roster by
Well,
sometime next year?
well, this is his last year, so
So we're off.
he's he's scheduled to become a free agent.
So he's okay. So let him walk.
Yeah. Oh, agreed.
Put Paradis at center. Not Paradis.
F
F line.
line. Yeah.
Put F line at center because he's showing he can make all the calls. He can move the coverages. He's holding his own in the run and passing game. Because I have not once since he's been in there, well maybe once, seen him get bullied and pushed back
Right.
into the quarterback. I haven't seen it.
Hmm.
Taylor Moton is the most consistent thing we have on that line.
Yep. Facts.
Brady
Facts.
Christensen, Brady Christensen shows promise as a right guard.
Hmm.
He made some mental mistakes with false stars stuff like that today. Let that man play right guard and let him grow into it. Because you know what that does? That cuts down on the need to draft an interior lineman.
So you don't feel that he should be playing left tackle? It's what he
He's,
play. It's what he played at BYU protecting Zach Wilson.
I have no problem with that because you know what? I'm glad you said that as well. He showed promise when he was able to play left tackle.
Hmm.
He put that short arm theory to rest. But if Matt Rule is here next year, he's not moving him to left tackle because you already heard Matt Rule say it. We see him as a center or a guard.
Mm.
That's Matt Rule's words.
Yeah. Oh, Matt Rule. Um, Vietnam says we turned the ball over too many times. We would have won maybe. Facts.
Yeah.
Um, Ace says I don't like people saying wait 3 years because that era of waiting 3 years is over. Now in days we got rookies playing like all pros, especially since Derek was drafted in the top 10.
Yep.
Facts. Mr. Gemini says Christensen should be where Cam Irving is instead. I don't disagree.
I look. Nope. You don't get no argument with me.
And Vietnam says, yeah, he did look decent at center. Well, I would still look to replace all of the O linemen except Moton, Brady, and Brown.
You know what? You know what I want to see. Who I want to see is Brown, Deontay Brown.
Yeah, he's activated.
So why not play him?
Like,
He can't be no worse than what we looking at.
not to
Put him in the
mention,
game, coach.
he's a big body. He's a very big body.
He played. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he play at the same weight at Alabama
Yep,
and was road grading people, holding his own in the passing game? We're not asking him to be a tackle. You're a guard, bro. Be a
exactly.
guard. You don't got to be quick on your feet now. You just got to be able to move people out the way. That's all we need him to do. Do your job. That's all I'm saying. Let the man
So,
play them.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Who do you think is worse, Cam
Mm-hmm.
Irving or Matt Khalil at left tackle?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
the
Jesus Christ.
the bad Khalil brother, if I may
Oh,
specify.
my, oh my God. Oh, that's like picking between prunes and dried raisins. Oh my
Chat, y'all can chime in on this as well. Matt
God.
Khalil or Cam Irving, who is worse?
I'm going to have to say, I'm going to have to go with the prunes. I'm going to have to go with Khalil. I'm going to go with Khalil, yo. Because at least Cam Irvin didn't sign a super huge deal to come here.
Right.
Khalil, we gave all that money to him because, oh, he was this staple in Minnesota. So you're going to come to Carolina and you're going to be that anchor that you're going to take Jordan Gross's spot.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro, we gave you too much money to be a dumpster fire. Like you was 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
It was an open door policy over there.
because we
So
gave
you got
him
to.
we gave him 3 years.
We did,
Oh Lord.
and a nice signing bonus too to be hot garbage.
Yeah, because I mean, really, the only good year he really had was his rookie year with Minnesota.
That was it.
That was it.
You know,
So
the best left tackle, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we've had since Jordan Gross left. What is my dude's name? He played in the Blind Side movie.
Michael Oher.
Michael Orr. Michael Orr was the best left tackle we've had since Gross left.
Yep.
I'm just sorry. He was the best left tackle we had.
And it played. If you ask me, when he got hurt, it played a major role because
Oh,
remember,
yeah.
in Super Bowl 50, we had lame brain
Remmers,
Mike Remmers.
that hot garbage too. Hot garbage. When is the last time we drafted an offensive lineman in the first round? That's the question for y'all. When's the last time we drafted an offensive lineman in the first round? I remember my man said, "Don't worry, I'll wait."
Uh, Jordan Gross.
See, look, the trivia question. Look, I guarantee everybody in the stream probably like, "Damn, when is the last time we drafted?" Because we don't.
We don't.
We don't. We go for the pretty boys. We go for defense in the first of every round. Terrace Marshall, again, love him. Love what he could be. But
Oh, good point, Vietnam. Jeff Otah in '08. That was a first round.
how many years ago was that?
Oh, '08.
That was 13 years ago. That's almost 14 years ago that we drafted. Now I said, and I appreciate you buzzing in with that one, but just let that sink in. The next draft, that'll be almost 14 years since we
Mm-hmm.
drafted an offensive lineman in the first round. 14 years. Because what we do is, like you said, we put a band-aid over a gaping wound saying, hey, we can get this guy from the practice squad. We can pick this guy up from McDonald's, that guy from Taco Bell, the Burger King guy over there, he has signs on him. Let's sign him too. Yeah, come on here. You can play for us. Oh, you went to Baylor? You went to Temple? Come on. You can block.
Yeah.
No, no, stop it.
Yep.
Jesus
And
Christ.
and Mr. Gemini said it. Still a long time since then. Still a long time.
That's almost 14. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. That's the same age as my oldest child.
Mm.
My daughter's 14. That's the last time we drafted all. That'll be the last time we drafted offensive line.
Yeah, that needs to be fixed. And if it doesn't get addressed in this draft, I'm a really start looking at Mr. Fitterer.
Badly. Yeah, you got to go too. But we praised him. We praised him. And I did too.
Yeah,
I
facts.
said, you're bringing in all these defensive players. Cool. You're bringing in a Gilly. You're bringing in a CJ. You know, who else did we bring in? Jesus Christ.
AJ Bouye.
We drafted Bouye. We signed Daquan Jones. We brought Hassan Reddick. We signed Denzel Perryman, who didn't play a single down for us.
Right.
But you put band-aids on the offensive line. We re-signed Robbie. I love Robbie Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
You re-signed Robbie, and then he didn't catch but how many balls in the first few games?
Very few. I mean, he had the touchdown from Sam Darnold. I mean, he had a few, but
But look at the money we gave him though. You gave him big receiver money.
yep.
Not huge receiver money, but you gave him, I want you here for the long haul money. But guess who Sam Darnold was targeted in those first few games the most?
DJ Moore, our number one,
And if I'm DJ Moore, I'm mad.
who is on his way to another 1,000-yard receiving season.
If I'm DJ Moore, I'm hot because I'm looking at this like, bruh, y'all about to waste my prime years.
Because he's had, what, five different quarterbacks? So
Cam Newton,
Cam,
Cam, Heineke,
Heineke,
Bridgewater,
Kyle Allen, Bridgewater, Sam Darnold.
Bradford, Sam Darnold,
Yeah,
PJ Walker,
PJ. So that's six.
and he's still consistent.
Because I've always said the only thing about DJ Moore, he had fumbleitis his rookie year, but he has cleaned that up
He
since
did.
that year.
He did. Okay, look at this one right here. Look at this. This is the beauty right here. Robbie Anderson had 12 targets today. DJ
Mm-hmm.
Moore had 10. DJ Moore had 10.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie had 7 for 84 and a touchdown. DJ had 6 for 84 and no touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Zylstra was our next most targeted receiver.
Yep, 5 targets, 4 catches, 45 yards.
Where is the third round draft pick?
Man, Terrace Marshall Jr., where the heck have you been?
So are you telling us that was a wasted pick?
I think the last successful play he got was on a 2 point conversion where he caught it in the end zone.
Against Arizona. So
And that was
DJ,
a second round draft pick.
so
Oh,
you mean to
man.
tell me we traded up to get a receiver that we're not going to use, or that you can't find a receiver, granted, that has proven, and I know I'm going to be biased,
Mm-hmm.
that had proven in the best conference in college football that he can produce. He didn't go to some Division 3, Division 2 school. He went to
Yeah,
LSU,
LSU.
playing in the SEC, and put up double-figure touchdowns. You mean to tell me you can't find a way to get that man the ball, and he stands at what, a good 6'4", 6'5",
Yep.
runs a 4.4, and you can't find a way to get him the ball? You're throwing the ball to Brandon Zylstra?
Yeah, and he's our tallest receiver next to Robbie Anderson, and Robbie's only 6'1".
So you can't get that man the ball. So that's it. What you're telling the fans is because he went to LSU with what's what the passing game coordinator,
Oh yeah, won the Broyles Awards. Oh yeah, Joe Brady.
because he went to the same school with you. You couldn't find a way to get that man the ball. Come on, Joe.
And that
Come on.
is why he is gone.
Matt Rule right behind him. And I tell you what, I tell you this right here, and I'm telling everybody else this. If Phil Snow is still here and Matt Rule's gone, it's because that new head coach sees something in Phil Snow that he wanted to keep him around, or because the players vouch for Phil Snow. That's the only way I see Phil Snow still being here if Matt Rule is gone. That's the only way I see it.
That's fair. That's fair. And let's see. Um, let's get caught up. DJ, our priester says DJ Moore doesn't like contact in a contact sport. I'm gonna have to disagree. He is known for yak, and he's known for
Yeah,
breaking tackles. I'm gonna have to disagree.
they've been very
Um,
physical.
Vietnam says we should have drafted one with the Brown, Benjamin, and Horn picks. Um, and then Mr. Gemini says David Tepper messed the Panthers culture up.
He did. He did. He's a billionaire that's used to getting his way, and he came in here and was trying to change the environment. That leave it alone.
Yeah,
We love our keep pounding mantra. We love how the players interact. We love how Cam Newton would hand out the footballs.
right.
So why would you build that area thinking so you can't hand out the football? So your millionaire, your high maintenance people down there in that little area, you're trying to block that off. Oh no, we're still gonna hand out footballs.
Oh yeah,
But you know they didn't start doing that again until Superman came back in the building.
Show enough.
Now everybody start handing out footballs again. Cam Newton started something. So I say, and I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion, give Cam a full offseason, fix offensive line, draft one of these quarterbacks. Like I feel like Mike Willis, as much as he's getting hype in the first round,
Mm-hmm.
for his level of competition,
Mm-hmm.
should not be a first round pick. I'm
Mm,
sorry. You can
interesting.
you should
Okay.
not, because you're playing, and again, because I'm here in Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
you're playing at Liberty University.
True.
Your level of competition, let's be quite frank. Again, are guys that are gonna be working in corporate America up here in DC,
Mm-hmm.
or gonna be car salesmen. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let him sit and learn,
Mm-hmm.
like Aaron Rodgers had to do, like Patty Mahomes had to do.
Mm-hmm.
These great quarterbacks that had to sit down for a minute and learn.
Right.
Fix the offensive line. Get you a
Indeed.
linebacker. Get you a free safety. Because let's be quite frank, I know he is right now. Chin is a strong safety. Let him play in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Let him fly around and hit people, make tackles. Because that's what Jeremy Chin is good at.
Yep.
Coverage is not his thing. Let's call a spade a spade. That's not his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting people, stuffing and run, that's his thing.
Right. So, couple of things, which those are really, really strong points. So I do agree with Fayette Dom saying the Marshall pick could have been an O lineman or a quarterback.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Miss Mr. Gemini says so two things from him. One, who do you think will be the next coach? And two, what are your thoughts on Kenny Pickett?
I know who I feel like should be we talked about it earlier. And I'm gonna give you two names. I'm gonna give you two names right now. And
Right.
mark my words, if Matt Rule is not here next year, these two guys should be at the top of their list. Like you said, hand them a check and say, write your own money for it. Eric Bieniemy,
Whoo hoo hoo! Preach.
Eric Bieniemy, and Harbaugh. Write them a check. You don't even write the check. Just hand it to them. Because Eric Bieniemy, I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, should have been this head coach. But because, and I'm politically, you can not like me or not, because he's a black coach, you didn't bring him here, but he's qualified not only because he played in the NFL,
Yep.
but because he's a great coach in the NFL.
Yep.
Let's call a spade a spade. Eric Bieniemy is overqualified for this position way more than Matt Rule.
Not to mention, he was under a certain coach that has so many wins and a championship. Oh yeah, Mr. Andy Reid.
So I think he might know what he's doing. Andy Reid will tell you he doesn't call the plays. Bieniemy calls the plays. And last time I checked, Kansas City's offense was today, I maybe the Raiders or not, was drilling the hell out of the Raiders 35-3 at halftime. Because you know what they were doing? They were calling great plays. They were calling plays that made sense. They were putting players in a position to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what our college coaches are doing? They're calling college plays. That's what a college coach does. He calls college plays that works in college and not going to work in the NFL.
Chip Kelly all over again.
Chip Kelly was a dude. If you know college, you know what you know what college coaching gets you. You know what college coaching gets you, Jay. Look at Jacksonville. That's what
Ooh,
college coaching gets you.
Urban Meyer.
They hate him down there.
Yeah, and
Hate him.
you
If you're
know,
sitting there calling your coaches, if you're sitting there calling your coaches losers, your best receiver cussed you out and then walked out of the building, and they had to talk Marvin Jones to come back into the building. That's how much he hates you.
you have to imagine Trevor Lawrence is like, man, so this is what I get for being the first round draft pick. What
I
the
feel sorry.
heck?
I feel sorry for dude. Jacksonville has not been good since Mark Brunell, Fred Taylor, And what's the receiver's name? Oh my God, Keenan McCardell.
Oh yeah.
That's the last time Jacksonville was good.
Or you could throw in David Garrard.
David Garrard was good.
Mm-hmm.
David Garrard was good. I give him that. But what we're looking at, we're the Jacksonville of I can't even call us the North anymore, but we're just Jacksonville just a little bit further north.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, we brought in a college coach. If you look at one of the greatest, if not the greatest, college football coach of all time, and I'm gonna call it go space spade. Nick Saban is a hell of a college coach.
Nick Saban. Mm-hmm.
He brought his ass up here and said, "Hell no." He said, "Hell no, this ain't for me, bro. This ain't for me."
I'm gonna go
Out of
back where I'm successful.
Brian Kelly, you said Brian Kelly. Didn't he come up here and was like, "Hell no, I don't want to be up here. This ain't for me." College, just because you're successful in college, because you get to handpick all these stud athletes coming out of high school because you have no cap. So I can go to California, I can go to Louisiana, I can go to Texas, I can go to Florida, I can go to Georgia, I can go to Detroit, and I can get all the 5-star athletes I want to say, come to my school.
Mm-hmm.
We have a great tradition here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to do that in the NFL because you have a cap.
This is true.
You can't do that in NFL because if I'm thinking about it in December, in January, November, if I'm like I said from the South, I don't want to go play in the cold. I want to go somewhere warm.
Facts.
So if you're coaching in Buffalo, if you're coaching in Pennsylvania, if you're coaching in Detroit, Minnesota, you're coaching in New York, I don't care how good your team may be. And if you suck, that's even worse. I'm going to go to South Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Warmer. I want to stay warm. I'm going to go to Texas because it's warm. I'm going to Louisiana because it's warm. I'm going to go to California. You don't have that luxury in the NFL. So Matt Rule thought what he did in college was going to translate.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. And he
Certainly
got to
not.
go. He got to go.
Indeed. Let's see. Oh, and Kenny Pickett. I know
Okay.
we have a lot of eyes on Kenny Pickett. So,
I see this is going to be the unpopular opinion.
mm-hmm.
Kenny Pickett to me, what is the quarterback's name? That was God Jesus. He played for the Chargers, and I know y'all gonna hate me. You're gonna hate it. Kenny
Currently
Pickett
with
to
the
me,
Chargers?
not right now. Kenny Pickett to me is has Ryan Leaf written all over him.
Whoa. Oh,
Ryan
he
Leaf.
brought out the leafer.
He has
Oh,
Ryan Leaf
man.
written all over him. Ryan Leaf, keep it real, would give you hella good plays in college. He would give you some wow moments. When him and Peyton Manning were going back and forth, it was like, wow, wow, wow. Kenny Pickett to me reminds me of Ryan Leaf. I'm sorry, like
Dang.
I don't get that wow factor. None of these quarterbacks in this draft give me that wow factor when I look at them. Like, if we put him with this team, I'm gonna say wow. He reminds me of Ryan Leaf.
Dang.
I'm gonna say what it is. He reminds me of Ryan Leaf. I don't see it. I
Wow.
would I would take the quarterback out of Ole Miss before I take Kenny Pickett. I'm just
Dang.
saying. I don't see it.
Atom bomb.
I don't see it. And that's not like I said, I would take the quarterback out of Ole Miss or I would take Willis in the later rounds. None of these quarterbacks, to me, my opinion,
Hmm.
are first round quarterbacks. Not one of them. What do you
Yeah.
take?
The class definitely compared to this past draft definitely
Slacking.
yes. Um Couple of things that our Priester pointed out. So Cam needs offseason and OTAs and minicamp like any other quarterback, which
Absolutely.
you touched on earlier. Facts. He also
Mm-hmm.
says, "Do you think Cam will come back?"
I think he does because if we've all seen Cam since he was his rookie year, Cam's a competitor. Cam is not. This is going to leave a sour taste in Cam's mouth.
Hmm.
If you ever played the game, and like I said, my fiance knows me. Like I hate losing. So
Right.
if I lose, I'm going to keep playing until I beat you. Then I'm gonna keep playing until I beat you several times.
Mm-hmm.
Cam is Cam is that competitor times a million.
Mm-hmm.
He hates losing. Again, Cam said himself, he didn't come here for a Cinderella story. Cam came here to win.
Right.
We're not winning. So you think
Yeah.
he's going to go out as a loser? Because that's what they're going to define Cam Newton as. Cam Newton came in here and lost because we knew he couldn't do it. That's what the doubters are going to say. So Cam's going to be like, no, no, no. Mm-mm. Let me come back with a full off season. Let me get my guys. Because what he did when we got the Super Bowl runs and we were winning, Cam would get all the receivers
Mm-hmm.
and the tight ends in the backs, and he would bring them out to California, and they
Right.
would work together so they could build that chemistry. So the year we won 15-1 and we was winning, Campbell was bringing all the receivers, say, "Hey, come out to Cali. We can work. We can get it done. We can build this chemistry. That when we get to OTAs, we get to camp. We're already clicking. We're going. We like
Exactly.
you said, we brought Cam in way past mid-season and
Right.
said, "Hey, fix this dumpster fire we got going on because we know you're going to sell tickets. We know the fans love you. So if it
Right.
goes wrong, and again, unpopular opinion, the front office knew if this went left, they could point the finger at number one.
Yeah. I mean, that's scapegoat. Total.
Look,
Total.
we brought your guy. Y'all wanted Cam. Here he is. But let's what we're gonna do is we're gonna blind y'all, and we're gonna hope y'all don't remember. Oh, that's right. We didn't fix the offensive line.
Bingo.
The same thing that got Cam banged up, like you pointed out, them 200 plus sacks, almost 300 sacks
Mm-hmm.
in his career, is because we said Cam be Superman with this terrible offensive line.
Yep. And
God
he
awful offensive line.
and he took a beating for it.
Now, granted, I said he was only sacked one time today,
Right.
but that sack looks so bad. Like I
Yeah.
said, so bad. If I'm falling, like if Cam falls and gets back up, there's a chance he can still make a play. But the fact that he was sacked as he was falling means Cam Irvin just got dusted.
Yep. Pretty
He got
much.
dusted. Nah.
And the sad thing, as Super Trebo says, still, Cam has not won a start since late 2018. Plus, if we want to talk about the Falcons, now we haven't beaten the Falcons at home since 2017.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in
It
your own house.
it used to be a curse that we couldn't beat Atlanta in Atlanta. Now we can't beat Atlanta at home.
We can beat you in your house. We can't beat you in our house.
I, make it make sense to me.
You can't. We're gonna go to Atlanta and beat y'all in Mercedes Dome, but we come to Bank of America and we can't beat y'all in our home.
Two
And
back to back years.
like I said, we get to sleep in our own bed, eat our own food. We get to drive to the stadium.
And you know what the sad thing is? We only have one home game left. One, and that's against the Bucks.
That's a loss. I'm gonna tell y'all going to that game. Say your money. Say your money. That's a loss.
Oh, and you know I was at the Eagles game. A lot more green than blue,
Because
especially where I was sitting.
bruh, how do and that's the thing. How are we letting other teams' fans come in and take over our stadium? Where they do that at? You think somebody going into the Cowboy Stadium and taking that over? Hmm. You think somebody going to Tampa Bay and taking that stadium over? I can't even say the Washington football team because their stadium is always taken over.
Man,
But you think
we totally used to be one of the toughest places to play at, especially the season, one of the recent seasons with Cam, where we were undefeated at home until we got to the playoffs. We were undefeated at home. And that was on one of the occasions because the other occasion that we were undefeated at home, we had Jake Delhomme as quarterback.
Cajun Rocket, bruh, it's like I said, nobody. You're not going into Green Bay and taking that over. because the Packers they love their team. You're not going in there and taking that over. There's certain times where you're not going to come into my stadium, and I'm not going to let your colors outnumber my colors. This color, there should be a sea of it. Of this one, the white jerseys, the black jerseys, the multicolor. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It should be something with a panther on it, and we should be taking over our stadium. But you're not seeing that because, like you said, Tepper came in and was trying to change the culture,
Mm-hmm.
and that pissed a lot. I'm guarantee you that pissed a lot of fans off.
Yep.
Say, nah, like what are you doing? What do you mean you're trying to take away keep pounding? Well, like what's wrong with you, bro? That's been a mantra of this team since what was that 20 something years now since Sam Mills passed away.
Sam Mills. Yep.
You gonna try to take away keep pounding? That's gonna turn a lot of fans sour on you. All the stuff that you do in the community is cool.
Yep.
Building a stadium in Rock Hill is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But keep pounding is a mantra for any fan of the Panthers. That's a mantra. That's when you think Carolina, you think keep pounding.
Mm-hmm.
It
Absolutely.
goes it goes hand in hand. You don't take that away from folk. You don't do that.
Oh man. Like to even get to that point. Hey, we're gonna try something different. We're not gonna do the keep pounding. We're gonna try something. It's just like really.
Why would you do that? That's like telling Florida State not to do the chop. That's like telling Alabama not to say roll tide.
Exactly.
You just
Um. Zane Gonzalez is still consistent. Our kicker.
where's my SpongeBob meme? I'm gonna leave on that. That's the only head
um.
out of it.
But let's see. Shaq led all solo tackles. He had 9. Total tackles was led by Jeremy Chin.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, only had 4 total tackles for loss, but just missing on the interception opportunities really hurt us. Um, and the thing is, not a single sack, but yet 7 QB hits total.
Oh, that's adorable. We can hit you, just not when it counts.
Yeah, but oh man, just
Yeah, I said. Yeah, I'm looking at Jeremy Chin, 13 combined tackles. Shaq Thompson had 11. Jermaine Carter had 8. The next person was Derek Brown that had 4. That's it. That's it. That's what we're looking at. You got only 2 players in double figures in tackles, and then you got 8 tackles by your middle linebacker, and Derek Brown has 4.
I'm surprised we didn't play more Phil Hoskins when he debuted. He actually played well.
Bro, I was like, who is this? Then I remember they said our rookie out of Kentucky, 7th-round pick, because he's playing with heart because he realized he's still playing for a job next year.
Yep.
He's playing for a job. So a lot of these guys, like you said, have checked out on Matt Rule. They checked out on him
Indeed.
because they realize who he is. You're that car salesman that's trying to sell you that lemon and trying to pass it off as a Benz. Or like my old folks tell me, don't try to sell me shit and call it sugar.
Exactly.
Matt Rule sold us shit and tried to call it sugar.
Just stinky.
And I'm talking about that cow manure shit, like that, that horse dung.
Yeah.
That's what you try to sell us, and we bought it. I bought it. I said, you know what? Teddy Bridgewater was a problem last year. Teddy checked in. We fried him. Terrible. Get him out of here. I can admit. When we got Sam Darnold, I said, well, maybe it was the Jets.
Yeah.
It was the
Same.
Jets.
Same here. Same here.
I said it was the Jets. He gonna come to Carolina. He gonna light it up. I'm looking at his tapes. I'm like, okay, well, we can fix this. Our passing game coordinator turned offensive coordinator, the quarterback whisperer. He's gonna turn it around. He
Mm-hmm.
got it. And for the first 3 games, I can admit I was fooled. I was fooled. We got it. We're 3-0. We're lighting it on fire.
Yep.
And then what's that song? What's Eminem say? Oh, back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes another pick. Oh, there goes another one. Oh, there goes another one. That's what
Yeah.
happened. We came back to reality.
Made me look like a total clown.
I said, look, bro, if you look at my first video,
Hmm.
I wanted a whole rant. I drove 30 minutes to come back my home to my or to my fiance. I did a whole rant. That's how pissed off I was.
Mm.
I was so pissed off. I said, bruh, hot garbage. Burn it down. Throw them away.
Yep.
Get them out of here. Get them all out of here. Jesus Christ. It was bad.
Yeah. Like, oh man, the Sam Darnold experiment was definitely a failure. Quicker, like really quick. Uh,
Extremely. The
so
Matt Rule, the Matt Rule experiment should be over. That's
yeah,
done.
I think it's reached its conclusion. Even with 4 games left, it's reached its conclusion. So, so last take on this standings. So
Mhm.
this loss has bumped us to the 12th seed. Um,
Mhm.
so far, the teams that are mathematically eliminated from playoffs contention or possibilities: the Lions, the Jaguars, the Texans, and the Jets. All no chance. Uh, in our division, because we gotta remember that the Saints won.
Mhm.
The Falcons just beat us, and Tampa Bay has a 24-3 lead on Buffalo right now. So, yeah, we're probably once again this season during the season are going to be the only NFC South team that's lost, while the others have won.
Why does that sound so familiar? Oh, that's right, because it keeps happening. And even when other teams do lose, we still don't win. When we can gain ground, we choose not to do it.
Yep.
And that's the part that kills me. We could have gained ground when the other team, when the Saints lost, when the Falcons lost, I think when the
Hmm.
Bucks, we could have gained ground. We said, nah, that's too easy. We're gonna keep losing.
And I'll say once again for all those watching, we only have one home game remaining. One.
I laughed. They got the radio station up here in Northern Virginia. It's called 1067 The Thing.
Hmm.
And of course, I have listened to all the Redskins stuff all the time. They was talking about the Panthers, and I had to look. I had to tune in, and they was joking that the Panthers are one of those teams that could actually lose out the rest of the season based off our schedule. We
Yeah.
did. Nobody sees us going playing Buffalo and winning. Nobody sees us beating Tampa Bay twice. And who else do we got after that? We got one more game after that. Who else did we play?
So we got Buffalo next,
Mm-hmm.
then the Bucks, then the
Mm-hmm.
Saints, and
Mm-hmm.
then we finish at the Bucks.
I can
So
I can see us beating the Saints. That's it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can see us beating the Saints. That's about it.
so potentially finish 6-11.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can see it.
Whew. Yikes.
I
Eh,
mean, because let's just keep it real. Are we beating the Bucks twice?
Heck no.
We might get one. We might get one. But we're playing now. We're about to play a Buffalo team that's getting embarrassed right now. You think they're not going? You think they're not going to come back and fight next week?
Oh, for sure. But I can tell you, any chance we have of beating the Bucks is going to be because of our defense.
Oh, that's which. If you know what's the game that Leonard Fournette had a couple games ago when he ran all. I don't know who they was playing, but he ran all over. I think it was like 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Hmm.
You don't think Tampa Bay is going to look at our team and be like, "Oh, barbecue chicken alert"?
Oh, instantly. But then again, there have been a few times where we've actually won the turnover battle, yet still lose the game.
That don't make sense though. Isn't that crazy though? You win the turnover battle, you still lose.
which that's been happening since the Minnesota game last year when we had not one, not two, but three fumble recoveries, two of which were returned for touchdowns, and we still lost that game.
Dude, how? I know how. I know how because you have college coaching in the
Oh my
NFL,
god.
and it looks bad. It. I mean, I was watching the game. I was watching the game, Jay. I was watching the game, and the more I looked at it, I had to shake my head. And it's bad when I said when your fiance, your wife has to come down and rub your back because she sees how pissed off you are looking at the game
Mm-hmm.
and had to say, "Babe, it's gonna be okay." And I just have to cut my eye at her, and it's not even her. I'm so mad at the game, bro. I had to cut my eye and be like, I want to just take this TV and throw it.
Mm,
I want to take the TV and throw it because watching this team play, I used to look forward to Sundays.
mm-hmm.
I used to look forward to Sunday. Only reason I look forward to the Sunday because I knew I was coming on your show today, and I couldn't wait to do this show.
Mm-hmm.
That is the reason I was still watching again. She's like, "Babe, stop watching it." I said, "No, I'm about to be on the show with my homeboy today. It's my first time doing it. I'm trying to make a good appearance. I want to be knowledgeable about the game. I got to watch it." But Jay, the more I watched it, the angrier I got, the more I didn't understand why we called a RPO on 2nd and 8 when we're trying to drive and our left guard gets blown up and Cam gets crushed and now it's 3rd and 13.
Mm.
That's the play calling.
Yep.
The college play calling that's not going to work in the NFL. That's what I'm talking about. Why?
Yeah, we're just oh man. The suffering is not over yet either. So one last thing, looking at right now, according to the draft order on Tankathon, we're at number 8 in the first round. So,
You know what? You know where we were a couple years ago
yep,
when
we
we
we,
took Derrick Brown.
we were actually number 8 last year as well when we got J.C. Horn. So, which that could be looking to change, but yeah, as I said before, no second round and no third round pick currently.
You know what Carolina's going to do? This what Carolina's going to do because this is what Carolina does. Watch them win 3 of the next 4 just to mess up the draft position and still not make the playoffs.
Oh, come out and upset Buffalo and
Tampa Bay
destroy Tampa Bay.
just to mess up the draft position. Watch,
It's okay,
watch.
y'all. We were just playing you. We're gonna turn the Jets on now.
We're gonna turn it on because we want Matt Rule to keep his job. I don't want you to keep it. I wish no fire upon nobody.
Right.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, business is business.
And you're not winning, sir.
But as I've said before, this is going to be a very interesting upcoming off season.
Hmm. Changes need to be made.
Yep. One
Big
one
changes.
one piece is taken care of and out. Joe Brady, he's out of here.
Matt
Looking
Rule
like
should be next.
looking like Matt Rule will be next. We got O line problems,
Linebacker problems.
linebacker problems, safety,
Problem.
and honestly, D line. Now Burns and Hassan are keepers, especially Hassan. That dude better go into the Pro Bowl. If he doesn't, then the whole thing is rigged.
I voted for him several times.
Yeah, same. Um, and just have to see if Christian McCaffrey can bounce back. Have to see, do we keep Cam? What's the, we know we got DJ Moore still has a 5th year option, but as you had mentioned before, he's probably pretty angry. Like
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm here getting consistent 1,000 yard receiving seasons, and this is what I deal with. So
I think we have to bring back PJ Walker. Let him go. In my mind, we have to bring back Cam for another season because are we really going to trust a rookie quarterback?
true. I mean, I'm all for drafting a quarterback, but I don't expect him to start. And
And
I
even
and
if we get one, even if we get one,
mhm,
we would have to draft one in the first round. And
right,
like you pointed out, we don't have a second or third round pick. So
right,
now we're expecting that rookie quarterback to play behind this band-aid of offensive line.
exactly. Mr. Gemini, to answer your question, he says, how many draft picks do we have? So, we have one in the first round, no picks in the second and third rounds. We have one pick in the fourth. We have one pick in the fifth. We have one pick in the sixth and one pick in the seventh. So the only thing we don't have is a second and third round pick, but we have one pick in each of the other rounds.
And we gave up those picks for who again?
C.J. Henderson and I believe Stephon Gilmore.
Did we give one? What did we give up for Darnold?
Ooh, actually, yeah, but I think the Darnold one we got back, and then that's when we used it
Henderson.
on
Or
either
was it
Henderson
Gilmore?
or Stephon.
True, true, true.
So yeah, we may need to think of how we can get that second and third, or just at least one of them back, or as many as we can back.
That's what I said. I'm all for trading back. I'm not all for it, but if we have to recoup some of those picks, then yeah. But again, if we can't trade, and I know it's a far fetched idea because nobody's going to give us a second or third round pick for Sam Darnold.
Right.
Nobody's going to do that. But if you can somehow flip him, now Scott Fitterer has done some things. I'll
True.
give him his credit.
Facts.
If he can somehow flip Sam Darnold, I'll take a third round pick. If you can flip him for a third, then you go offensive line with the first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have to go offensive line. Or how much cap room do we have? If
Yeah.
you can find a great offensive tackle, or if
Mm-hmm.
again, if we can
Mm-hmm.
move Christensen to what he, like you said, what he played in college, let that man play left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Let Deontay Brown play left guard because that's what he did at Alabama.
So we are to have a projected cap of 29.96 million available in 2022.
That's enough money to sign you a nice offensive lineman. But then we also have to factor in how much money are we giving Hassan?
Mm. That's a
Are we bringing are we bringing Dante back?
Dante Wright, or excuse me. Let's see. I know Hassan. Or wait a minute.
Hassan,
2021.
Hassan ain't gonna take no discount. He's not taking a discount.
So Hassan Reddick has a $990,000 salary with a $1,002,000 signing bonus.
You got to resign Hassan. Like you have to.
Yes.
Jermaine Carter, thank you for your services. You may be a backup or something. I like Frank. I know I can't say it. Luvu.
Frankie
I like
Louvu.
him. I like him as a linebacker.
Yep. Same.
I like him. So maybe you let him play a lot more instead of just rushing the quarterback. Let him play a little bit more linebacker. Um, Again, if we're going to keep CJ, we're going to keep Dante. Somebody has to bite the bullet and move back to safety.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got to bite that bullet because, again, we don't know if one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time can switch from corner to safety. It wasn't Champ. Champ didn't move back. Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson. Mm-hmm.
If Charles Woodson, one of the greatest cornerbacks, Hall of Famer, can
Mm-hmm.
go from corner to safety,
Yep.
one of y'all can swallow your pride and move from corner to safety as well.
Yeah.
Help the
Definitely.
team. Dante Jackson is fast and has ball hawking skills. I will give him that. Maybe it's better suited as a safety.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Boyer can play. Maybe it's better at a safety. CJ Henderson, get him some confidence back, move him to safety. Because if you resign Gilly. Because like I said,
Yes, that's a
you put,
must.
you put Gilly on one side, you put JC Horn on the other. That's
Veteran presence.
a scary 1-2 combination at the corner position.
And you already know the immediate impact J.C. Horn made before he got hurt.
You didn't want to throw to his side because you knew better.
Yep.
You knew better. Like I said earlier, they didn't target Gilly's whoever Gilly was covering, they didn't target him not one time. Matt Ryan's like, I know better. I'm not throwing everybody
Yep.
directly. I'll go to the other side. But like I said, you put Gilly, you put JC on the sides. Now it's pick your poison.
Yep.
Now it's okay. I want you to pick on my nickels.
Mm-hmm.
Put Bouye, put Dante, put one of them in nickel. You have a scary cornerback room. That leaves you with one hole. That leaves you with a couple holes.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly the middle linebacker. You need to run stuff in defensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
But fix your secondary.
So, two last things. So last question from Mr. Gemini. Should we get someone in free agency, and if so, who?
For cornerback or linebacker, which position are we looking at?
I think he was saying just in general. I think if there's a good veteran offensive lineman available, I think we should consider that because I think a good combo O line of draft and free agency will do us good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, and then I mean, like I said, middle linebacker. I mean, I know there's no replacing Luke Kuechly, but
No.
it's an issue that needs to be addressed.
Oh, immediately. Immediately. Jermaine Carter is not that guy. Again, Shaq. I love Shaq Thompson. I love Shaq Thompson. You can tell the difference when Shaq's in the game and when he's not. So if you can get Shaq the same compliment like you had again with Luke and TD because they complimented each other so well, maybe Frankie Louisville is that compliment.
Hmm.
So let him play. Maybe the answer's already on the roster, but as far as free agency goes, yes, we need to go sign a veteran, not off the scrap,
Right.
a veteran established. You know, give me an all pro. Just no more band-aid offensive lineman. Give me a line that knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Michael Jordan was a pleasant surprise at the left guard spot.
Hmm.
Pleasant surprise about him. But I want to see what Deontay Brown can do.
Yeah. I think we should call his number, see what he can do these last 4 games.
You know, move Brady Christensen to left tackle.
Hmm.
Cam Irvin has shown he's not that guy.
Show ain't.
The only two guys that I would today on the offensive line I would give passing grades to Pat Efline,
Hmm.
Taylor Moton.
Taylor Moton.
That's it.
Yep.
Cam Irvin, dumpster fire. Dennis Daly, yeah,
On thin ice.
you tread thin water, bro. And Brady Christensen, I would give. You know what? I wouldn't even fail him. He had some untimely penalties,
Hmm.
but you're left tackle, and they're asking you to switch to right guard.
Yeah.
The position that, to my knowledge, he's never played before,
Hmm.
especially not in the NFL.
Right.
So I should give him a pass just for today.
Fair
Because the
enough.
offensive line needs to be addressed. But as far as the offensive line, the only people getting passing grades are Pat F. Line and Taylor Mook. That's it. Everybody else gets an F.
Yeah. Facts all around. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the Carolina Panthers drop another L to the Atlanta Falcons. We are now 2-1 in the NFC South and have a current record of 5-8. Loss by a score of 29-21 at home. We travel on the road next week going against the Buffalo Bills. We're going to pay Sean McDermott a visit. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We got 4 games left, 3 away games and 1 home game. So
Get the popcorn ready.
yeah, I mean, we stick to our mantra of keep pounding no matter what. But whew, we'll see how bad it's gonna be. But I want to
Drink a lot of dark beverages.
yes, stay hydrated for this one. This is gonna be a long ride. Stay hydrated, please, please. I want to give a special thank you to DJ, Mr. Carolina, Bleeding Carolina Blue. Thank you so much for joining me on this
I appreciate
special
you.
live edition Carolina Panthers Talk podcast. It has been a pleasure having you, and this will not be the last time.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody, continue to make him feel welcome because you're going to be seeing more of them. You're going to be seeing more of them. I think we
I
got something
appreciate
going
you.
here.
I
But
appreciate you. I appreciate you.
but definitely keep an eye out as of course coming up later this week. Gonna do the preview for the Panthers Bills game and try to see if we can figure out how we even could possibly, by some shade of a miracle, win this game. Any final words from you?
Um, keep pounding. Um, believe believe in the team, man. You know, just I know right now the Panther fan is frustrating. Um, keep supporting the team, man. It can't be this bad forever. It can't be. We went through a 1-15 season with Jimmy Clausen.
Oh Lord, I remember that.
We went through 1-15 and we got Cam the next year. So it looks bad right now, but y'all just keep the faith in the players that are fighting, man. And you know, I'll see y'all on the other side when we start getting those W's again. And again, to my brother Jason, man, keep supporting him again. Like, share, subscribe, man. Much love. I appreciate y'all, man, and keep pounding.
Indeed. And one last thing. Where can these fans find you, Mr. Carolina?
Hey, look, you can find me on YouTube. Again, it's called the Bleeding Carolina Blue Podcast. You can find me on Instagram. It's called Mr. Carolina 2. You can find me on TikTok at Mr. Carolina 4, man. Just look. You can find me on Facebook. It's just Demetrius Mr. Carolina Brown. So look, I'm all over. I'm not really on Facebook, so I'm not gonna lie to you, but you can find me on IG. You can find me on here, and you can find me um what I say on TikTok. Those two places y'all can find me. Mr. Carolina, Bleeding Carolina Blue.
All righty. And that will do it for this episode of Carolina Panthers Talk Podcast, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. Once again, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram.
Mr. Carolina, aka Truth Be Told, Carolina Blue Podcast.
Keep pounding, and we will see y'all very, very soon. Enjoy the rest of the